Okay, so welcome everybody who joins on the recording for the activation or implementation and healing work on Russia this week, the Crown Chakra.
Yes, we believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Definitely a lot coming through. And yeah, I'm not sure how much or how long I'll be able to speak. So we've been sitting with this yesterday, and I could see this time it was a gigantic cable sort of that reached nearly over the whole of Russia, so quite big. Um, so I'll do my best and reconnecting that. And when we said yesterday, you said something about giants in Russia, which then obviously made sense with the gigantic cable that I saw. And it brings a lot of energy, and yeah, as we all know, clearing first and then the goodies. I saw a big cloud before we were sitting outside looking over the headland, and there's a massive clouds today anyway, but this one cloud and like an ambush. No, where the blacksmith hits the metal. It
An
looked
anvil.
anvil. It looked a bit like that. That was German and English mixed. That was an attempt to make a word there. An anvil, and then out like big, like round sort of clouds coming out, and it's like that was definitely also connected to what we're doing now. So yeah, there's a lot coming through. So I don't know if you're muted already. Everybody who's not muted, unmute, and we can do this because otherwise it sounds weird.
Do that, baby.
I just do the ones I see.
Okay. We're good.
Okay, super. Thanks. So let's all tune into the massive lands of Russia. So when I think about connecting the cable, I see it like a tree standing up, like a massive tree standing up, and like its roots being put back into the ground. I see lightning as well. And I'm not sure, maybe that seems to be what destroyed it first. Yeah. Like what made it break out of the ground and be disconnected. But now we can see it as a massive tree, bringing down the light. Do you have some words?
Yeah, I can channel some words. So today Babaji would be the person that I'm channeling. Koran ai koran inan olo alate ro ran ro rakai ro ran kai on name. So deep within the lands of Russia, I aran takaya homante inan olo ira un wegre waya wula wanahe. Mi ana ke kayate. So we activate today the Russian lands. Kuran Tai, Lomo Laya, Lomo Ki. Nam he Rai Ro Kantaya, Ro Ran Kayame. So each of you today is gifted a key, Koran Kayahe, a key that allows you to open the gateway within the portal to begin the process of ascending the Russian nation. Nam Airo, Kala Korati. So we separate Russia now into its own unique time line. Koraya Kulan Huegra Kikotai, Kulan Astro Kilaite. So it has its own space and time. I Lakatua Hai. Ilakatoroke, separate from the other nations of this planet. Nam Ai Orote. So deep within those lands, Kulan, Kele, Anokai, Noro Kayate, Kilan oro aname moro kayati. A long dormant instruments, kilaya koroti, kamaya koro te kanaho. And we call on these deep ancient technologies, ira kukua kitayano, kikaya kukunante, to begin to wake after a long, long wait, igra kolotai, ono makayate. Turakaya, Turake, Turakitayano. So now we speak to the lands of Russia. Kilan koro mayane, nana noate, nana nea unleiki, toro kaya hi ramaiko te. So those of you that took part in the previous series of calls for Babaji will remember that we visited Lake Baikal, Kuran Mai, and we call to those deep crystal waters today. Kulai kinako, kulai kikate loke, kamaya kolo koloati. Tan ho hi katai. So deep within that crystal lake, ikra kolomayati. We allow a column of light to begin to rise out of the waters. Namkelai, Noro Alate. So all of us that joined this call today, Kilan Ukrake, we begin to open our heart space a bit wider. Igla Korotai, Tonana Kunana Weraite. So we can begin to experience the depth of our love and the depth of our divine experience within. Ananaho, ananahai, ananati, anan olo ara kiate, nahana, nahanano, nahana makate, noro astra ki lan kokatai, kuran ke hai tomante, toman araki. So each of us here today are going to pick up a little bit of, like a piece of Russia, Iran Kurate. If you are able and if you are minded, it's like picking up a piece of the soil in our hands. Ukataya, ukate, lomo layahe. And though we may not be based in that country, we can feel the earth, oro tamayahe, because we are children of the earth. Ulan, huairo, mikate, molo aramen, ula kataya noro ke, polo payati. So each of us has in our heart a piece of that country. Kolo kamanda ko, komanda kakaya he. And I ask of you to hold in the energy of your heart field that little piece of Russia, at least for the next day. Kolo kikate, moro kaya he. Kolan astra, koman takayalo. Okay, so we're going to begin to come back from wherever we are, back into the body, paying attention to the feelings in the body, paying attention to how we feel in our hearts. And breathing in and breathing out, paying attention to our feet, paying attention to our hands, and feeling into the earth beneath us, wherever we are sitting or lying today. And then when you're ready, we can open our eyes gently and come back together in the room. So I'd be very curious to know if you had any experiences. I saw this vast column of light come out of Lake Baikal, almost like a tree. It came up and had almost like a canopy opened above the country.
And I saw in the ground, like, well, if I knew all the names of all the shapes that we have, then I could tell you maybe, but I can't really. So I don't really know what it was. Maybe one of, well, no, not like a football, but like, and they, like, all over Russia, in the ground. It's like a carpet of them. And they're all aligned and ready and shining, and they did a little dance, or well, not dance, but they all stayed in their place, but synchronized. They sort of moved together, or something like that, like diamonds, or not like crystals in the ground. So that was nice. But yeah, I'd be curious what Russia felt or saw. Would any of you ladies like to share? Oh yeah, thanks.
Everyone's quiet today.
Yay, that's good. Thank you.
Hi, I'm not in Russia, but I'm Russian. And so when we started, my crown chakra was so heavy, like very, very heavy, like pounds and tons of weight, just whoa. And then before you brought us to Lake Baikal, I was already there. Just, I don't know why, but I was already there and going into the woods. And my family lives there in central Siberia. So I was already there, and then you brought us, rest of us there. It was amazing. Also, the water, the light. But I went to the ground and just like pick up the soil, and so by that point, everything just the heaviness melted down and just dissipated, and then the sense of like I miss home, just like this longing for home came, and and something else I forgot now. But it was beautiful. It's like started heavy and just went down to the ground and next to the water and trees and motherland. It was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What we got? We've got something.
I don't understand
What,
what that is, Jimmy.
what's that, Jimmy? It's a stone.
Is anyone familiar with shungite?
Shungite.
So it's a rock from the Russian area, and it helps to ground us. It helps with EMFs. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. What did it say to you?
Um, I'm I'm here, and I'm at the doorway of this circle in my room.
Hmm.
Thank you. Nice. That's beautiful.
I just want to say quickly, this is Constance in the
Yeah.
dark. I I actually have a piece of shungite from Russia. So that's kind of exciting. I'm gonna work with that now and see what develops from that. Um I also just wanted to share very quickly that I saw a bear head. I think it was a head of a bear emerging like from a hole.
Hmm.
It was really clear and then it just kind of disappeared. But I was just kind of surprised by this image of a head of a bear emerging from something.
Interesting, right? I don't know if I used the word dormant during the channeling, but that was one of the words. It's like what's under the ground there. They didn't give me any color, shape, or form to what they're talking about. It's under the ground there. But they're talking about how it's been dormant, what's under the ground in Russia. And they're activating that today.
Hmm.
Well, that would speak to the crystal carpet, eh?
That would speak to the crystal carpet, which no doubt tomorrow will get a lot of light through it. Because we like doing 2 activations a week because you get loads of light on the Friday.
Yeah. So, Irina, Elena, would you like to? Oh, Mark, sorry, you first.
I just, when you discount it, but you'll just share it anyway. I'm going to do that. I had this one moment, I think it was during Lake Baikal, where there was suddenly like a big jolt of energy, and I saw it was like a black and like a deep a deep red, almost like magenta square grid perfectly in my mind eye just flashed up very quickly. Black squares, red squares, all next to each other in this big grid formation.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Good to be there again here. Yes. I'm not understand every word correct, I guess, but I just feel something. And at first meeting, that was like a releasing the trauma. It's not like a deep pain, but it's just like Юль, помоги, как это называется? Release. I just try to remember the word.
Julia,
Catharsis. Yes, catharsis. It's like it was like catharsis. It's just, and now it was like some separate pieces come together and make some structure. And what's interesting, I didn't understand that you speak about Baikal, but today, this morning, in one of my chats, someone mentioned another lake in Urals that has a male energy, and it works like a crystal, like Constance mentioned today, like a Merkaba, but not inside one of each other. Yes? I'm sorry for my English.
No, you're doing well.
I'm speaking like that even in Russian.
So good.
I'm so sorry for my language.
So good.
It's not one tetrahedron inside the other, but they are like
On top, yeah.
Yes, they're together, and this lake calls Turgayak.
Turgayak.
Yes, and it's in South Urals, and in one moment of our meeting today, my hands wants to do like this, like growing up and blossoming, like a tree. Yes, and then you start to talk about tree, and then you say that we can take some soil, and I take this one from the a magic place in Urals. It's I try to remember it's even in Russian. I'm so sorry for pause.
Okay.
Не гранит, а мрамор. Мрамор. I guess it sounds like that in English too. Mramor. Yes?
Marble, yeah.
Yes, this one.
Yeah.
It's from a mountain when one soldier, after big war in Russia, it's in 90s. It's not Asian or something. It's our time. He received the message from some teachers, high masters, that he need to build. Как буддийский монастырь называется? Юля, помоги, пожалуйста.
Datsan.
Datsan, yes, Datsan.
Datsan.
Datsan. You know Datsan? What is? It's a Buddha's
The
place.
Buddhist monastery.
Okay.
Buddhist
The Buddhist monastery, yes.
Okay,
And
thanks.
he, by himself, one man, by himself, every stone, every bricks goes up 6 kilometers under and take all this place and the stones from this place.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, and when you say we have to grab some in our hut, this was this one. I be there with the guy which I was in love with in my childhood, let's say. That was so magic moment. So
Wow.
today was another energy, like making a structure. It will long, it will grow up, but not very quick. It's take time. It's need time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow.
And one moment I saw the picture of the Yulia, me and Irina. We are in Russia now, and
Yeah.
I am in the center, almost in the center. Yulia in Europe of Russia, and Irina in Asia of Russia.
Yeah.
It's a whole Russia. We
beautiful.
hold it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really good to have you guys there. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Can I add something?
Please.
Thank you. It's greetings from me and my son, who's awakened now. That was fascinating because all that part looks for me like a sparkles of souls, and it was really surprising to see that all the spirits of different nations who live on territory of Russia was awakening, and they're getting along, and many of them has beliefs and legends that they all came from stars, from different nations of Orion, especially. So it was such a pleasure to see them all together, and not only Hurs, whom I saw last time we've met, and that was fascinating. I hope that that will grow in a beautiful world tree, and will bring us peace and joy. Thank you for that experience.
Thank you for sharing. Wow.
Can I share one more thing? It's interesting thing when David said that Babaji says that now we are separate Russia from another nations. That was so interesting because I worked with one girl today before we meet, and the field shows me exactly this process through another figures. It's not about nation but about Юль, как мудрец по-английски?
A wise man.
Yes, it was about a wise man that kept knowledge, wisdom from a teacher, high teacher. And the field show us that there is one center, one light, one truth. It goes on the earth like a race, and it's like beginning of the rainbows, but many rainbows, and they embody this energy of the center, like a sun and the race. It's like a teachers, like a Jesus, like a Buddha, and another one. And there is but all teachers know they're one, they're connected with the one center, but the wise men that needed to hold this wisdom of the teachers, they're forgetting about it, and they start to begin the wars through the distortion ego. Yes.
Yeah.
And then they was separated from each other. One goes to the mountain, one goes to the some places, and they are all cleaned their bodies, their mind, and they come together when the fields say, okay, now you can hold together again and make a structure, new structure again. And they come in one place, they look at each other's eyes, and they saw a teacher in me look at teacher in you, the God in me look at God in you. No words, just eyes contact, and that's all. They look at each other, say, open their heart and goes to that country, that nation, that culture that they need to hold. And what interesting, we are working with как они называются? Сейчас, I'm sorry, I try to remember the word in Russian. And then translate it in English. We are working with the physical body. This wise man was как они, не гланды, которые гормоны выделяют. Юль, как они называются?
Щитовидная железа.
Железы, как они по-английски?
Well, Lena is trying to say that there is centers which invokes hormones into our bodies.
Yes. The organs that makes hormones.
Yeah.
I don't know this word.
Pituitary gland.
Yeah.
Pituitary gland.
All glands in the body.
Yeah.
Was a wise man that need to be separated, not to make a traumatic state of the body.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To clean the mind, to clean all these bodies. So that was so cool. I tried to speak this to her, and now when you say that we need to be separated, I just first my reaction was, what? I don't want to to be separated from another world. I don't want to. We are now separated, but when these pictures complicated, not complicated, complements each other, I start to feel what's the point.
Wow.
Yes. Sorry for my English again.
No, all good. Thank you very much for sharing. It's beautiful. Thank you. Irina.
I would also like to add, when Lena said about rainbows, at first I saw a tree, but it was not a huge tree like you, Alenka, said. Can you hear me?
Yeah. We hear you.
But it was a very thin tree, very elegant, like a woman tree. And then it appears to be like not in nature, but in a picture, very old picture with lots of points. And lots of shadows started to come to the picture from different sides, shadows, and then rainbows, but not solid rainbows, but parts of rainbows, like rays, different rays, like a rain from rainbow rays, something like that. Yes. And then I saw very high mountains, triangle, very sharp, very, very high, coming into the sky. And in one moment, I saw the process when water and the sky began to pour into one another, like it was sky, it was water, and then they began to conjunct and to mess, something like that. It was very interesting. And it was something connected with ears, because when you talked about the key, I saw a blue key in my hand, and I opened my ear. And from the other side, it appeared blue, like a blue spiral, so coming out. And at the same moment, to that spiral was coming something from above. So very interesting process.
Wow. Yeah, that's curious. But we'd love to be updated on your ears now. We'll, that's interesting. Super.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I also remembered when Elena spoke about the rainbows. I also remember we've been speaking about rainbows. Was it yesterday or something? Yeah, yeah. So that also makes a lot of sense here. Hello,
Hello,
someone's
young man.
joining. Yeah, young man is there now.
Good to see the children on the call.
Super. Okay, beautiful. So we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what the experiences were then for you guys. But yeah, do that tomorrow. And we do have a song to share.
We do have a song. All the songs we're playing so far are really, really happy songs. And I like what Lena was saying about coming from the stars. The name of the song today is Reaching for the Stars. So I'm going to share that with you now.
Yay.
Dun-dun-dun.
See you all tomorrow, lovelies. Have a good day, night, and whatever. Ciao.